the hits.
Q100 at 99.7.
So nice to meet you. My name is Jenn.
Nice to meet you, Jen. This is for radio and television. It's a combo.
It's for radio and for our website too.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You look scared.
I'm a little scared. I don't know what's happening right now. I mean, we're holding mics. We're in a bar. It's early.
It is early to be in a bar. I kind of feel like we should have a beer so we get a little more comfortable.
You know what? Let's just play through. I think an adult beverage may put me right over the edge.
Okay, we wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Well, I wanted to wish you a happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Just a couple days ago, right?
21 years old.
Very good.
Times 2.
And so you were in Dallas for your birthday, is that right?
I was in Dallas, yes. And I was with actually the Dallas Cowboys watching the goods.
And I saw on Twitter, because I follow you on Twitter.
Oh, thank you.
That you and Tony Romo got along.
I'm dating Tony Romo. It's going so well. It's going, and neither of us knew we were gay
until you met one another.
I was like, wait a minute, this is more than a bromance. You kidding?
That's
we
awesome.
made Brody Jenner look like he was kidding. I don't know what I'm saying.
So is it actually you on Twitter that's tweeting, or do you have a staff that tweets for you?
No. It's I'm on Twitter. It's me. And in fact, I need to do it a little bit more. My brother-in-law, Adam McKay, who produced this and did Talladega and all these great movies, he said, you should really get on this thing. It's a great way to let people know what's really going on with you and to have this exchange with people. And he convinced me to do it, and I have so much respect for him. And he is my brother-in-law. He's married to my sister, and he also happens to have written and directed the funniest movies, in my opinion, of all time.
Right. So you got to do what he says, right?
I do everything he says.
That's good. What else did he tell you to do?
He told me to basically feel really, really comfortable when I did this movie and to improvise and have a great time and to get really twisted. And I did that, and I had the time of my life on this movie. And it comes through.
It totally comes through. Got to see it last night. It's so much fun.
Isn't it?
So much fun. And a lot of people want to compare this character to Ari Gold from Entourage, obviously. But last night at the Q&A, you were kind of explaining, like, there's some real differences there, right?
Well, you see the guy. I mean, once you see him on screen, do you think Ari Gold at all? Or are you just lost in another thing?
Totally lost in the car salesman thing, right?
Exactly. It's another guy, another entity. And the world that he is living in and the transformations he makes in this movie, Ari Gold would never be a part of. I mean, the guy could be a distant cousin, but it's not Ari Gold. And at the same time, the cool thing is we don't lose those people that go, well, I want to see Jeremy play a guy who was really quick on his feet and maybe abrasive, acerbic, and all those things. You're going to get all those things. You know what I mean? It's not like you take me so out of my wheelhouse, you'll feel like, wow, I don't know if Jeremy can do this. But at the same time, the guy comes to like some midlife crisis moments in his life, and it was just a blast. I'm sure that you can relate to that scene where I get broken up with for the first time, and you've got a man-child, a man that's never been turned down in his life, and he doesn't know what to do with it to the point where he just wanders off into the wilderness. And he loses his mind.
It was a sweet part, a sensitive part.
There you go.
Now, are you a sensitive guy in real life?
I'm sensitive, absolutely.
Are you?
Without a doubt.
Because I think everyone wants to pin Jeremy as Ari, and you wouldn't be sensitive at all in that case.
Well, that's what's so funny to me, and actually is going to work in my favor because I kind of... the way I am is so different than Ari that when I take on, after I do Ari and take on these other roles, it'll actually be easier for me in a way to play characters that are closer to me and then will make me look like a better actor because they'll be like, wow, how can you do that? And it's like, well, little do they know I'm actually like that.
He has such range.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a sensitive punk from Chicago that's a stage actor, and I have to whip myself up into a frenzy to play this Ari Gold every week, and it's just such a blast.
Now, I've heard that Barack Obama is a fan of Entourage. Does that totally freak you out?
Well, it totally freaks me out, and in some way it makes sense, and I'll tell you why. Because I was a fan of his in Chicago, and where he kind of, made his bones as a politician. And I was lucky enough to introduce him in Chicago, but I was on the road stumping for him in Indiana, and so we've had this connection, and I've always felt connected to him. Okay. So it's like, but I never thought he was connected, he felt anything, or he actually said to me, I'm a huge fan of Entourage, and I figured, God, what a great politician, because I really believe him. And he says this, he sees Ray Romano, hey, I'm a big fan of yours, whatever. But the fact that it was true was just kind of amazing.
Now, so if you got to go to the White House and sit down with him and have like 1 hour, what do you ask him about?
I would probably, my first question to Barack would be like, how is it possible that one man can keep his head in the midst of this madness, always take the high road, and have such clarity? I think we should all study him.
Right.
Because, in our lives we get reactive and we take things personally. How has he done this? I just want to know his secrets and his methods, to be honest with you. How does he do that?
Yeah, totally. All right, so let's talk about the goods. Let's talk about the film and why everybody needs to get out there and go and see it.
Well, first of all, I think that we should premiere the goods at the White House.
Okay,
That's
I like
what I'm
this.
thinking.
I
Yeah.
like this idea.
And I think if Barack turns us down, I'm going to just stage an enormous protest.
Okay.
Because, first of all, our cast looks like the United Nations.
That's true. What a cast this is, by the way. Oh, my gosh. The supporting roles for you on this is just amazing.
We've got 4 out of the 6 people in The Hangover, first of all. And then we've got Will Ferrell, who's done a comedy or two. And we've got Adam McKay, who's done Talladega and Step Brothers and Anchorman. And our director co-created The Dave Chappelle Show. If we're not funny, we all need to go to comedy jail. You know what I mean?
It is funny.
We need to go to comedy jail and probably just sit there with Carrot Top and Pauly Shore and lock ourselves into some sort of biodome and not be allowed to speak. Not be allowed to speak for 19 months.
All right, one last question for you. I read that in confrontational scenes with your co-star Ed Helms, that he actually ran into your car after one of those. Is this true?
Ed Helms hit my car right after we did our confrontational scene. That is 1,000% true. And I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but it was an amazing scene, as you can see, you know, from the movie. It completely works. And whatever Ed was thinking, I don't know, but it was like, people say, can you shake it off after you do it? Well, apparently Ed couldn't shake it and just smashed directly into my car. He's one of the nicest guys on the planet, for the record.
Really?
He's like a banjo-playing kind of comedic genius, but he did hit my car. And I will get revenge.
All right. Well, Jeremy Piven, thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us. And
Absolutely.
The goods in theaters, August 14th.
August 14th, go see it. And follow me on Jeremy Piven. That's my
Jeremy Piven.
That's my, what do you call it? My Twitties?
Yeah, your Twitter name or your Twitter
That's
handle?
my Twitter name. And if you follow me, you're a Twitty. And I'll put my Twitter pics all over your Twitties.
Okay. When do we start with that?
When do we start with that? I think it's already begun because you're following me.
I am.
Yeah. So we're doing it. We're doing the damn thing.